Hey everyone, welcome along. Coming direct to you from the Substack podcast app. Here are my tips and choices for this week's DP World Tour and PGA golf events. Don't forget, the 19th Hole with Jerry is a reader supported publication, and to receive new posts and support my work, consider becoming either a free or paid subscriber. Hit the link in the descriptions. This week's golf comes from Belgium and Texas, the Soudal Open and the Charles Schwab Challenge. It's back to more normal fare this week as we return to the DP World Tour and a trip to Antwerp for that Soudal Open. Sam Bairstow is my first pick and is my captain for the week. He's long been touted as a future winner on the DP World Tour for a number of seasons now, but he has squandered a couple of good chances. Eventually, though, I expect him to get over the line, and this week to me represents a great opportunity, so I'm plumping for him as my captain. 4 top 10 finishes in his last 8 starts, and two more finishes of 11th and 22nd in that span sees Bairstow clearly bang in form. And he now returns to a course he finished 10th at last year, despite an opening round of 74, because he followed that round up with a 65, a 63, and a 68. And that's enough to me to suggest he can win here. Like Bairstow, Jakob Skov Olesen did his best work on Sunday in Turkey, shooting a 65, one worse than Bairstow, so they're both coming off good form. But he also climbed the leaderboard rapidly in a similar fashion. That tied 12th finish was his fourth top 13 finish in 5 starts, one of which came in Kenya and which correlates nicely this week course-wise to what he's got in Antwerp. Olesen's skill set certainly lends itself to these tighter courses as he's more accurate off the tee than he is long, and given he's ranked second in strokes gained approach and 10th in strokes gained tee to green the last time out in Turkey, he clearly comes into this one in good shape. He hasn't actually played this course yet, but everything points to him enjoying it, and the odds once again seem generous on a man who's in such good form, and he's one of the first time choices this week that I have, and I have 5 of my 6 choices this week are first timers. The second of those is home favourite Thomas Pieters. He's set to tee it up at the Soudal Open in Belgium this week, despite some of the controversy that tends to surround live players turning over onto the DP World Tour. One of my thoughts there is how do they gain world ranking points if they don't play on the regular tour now and then? And also, this is his home open, so he's entitled to support it. I'm picking him as he always performs well in front of the vocal home support. He appeared on my team on a number of occasions last year, but this is his first time this time round. I'm also excited to see how Marco Peng progresses throughout the rest of the season. He's a prodigious ball striker who has retained his playing rights by the skin of his teeth in 2024, but has kicked on this year by claiming his maiden DP World Tour title at the Hainan Open in China. He's now filled with self belief and confidence, and he should possibly become a serial winner. And I believe that he has the game that could serve him well on the PGA Tour. And the main focus the remainder of this year will be for him to see if he can pick up one of those 10 PGA Tour cards on offer. And I wouldn't bet against him doing it. He enters my team for the first time, and depending on how it goes, he may become one of my regular picks, as I'll have to troll around a few other sources for team selections. Next up, French player Martin Couvre. His fine run of recent form earns him fifth spot and another first timer in my team. And finally, I also have a feeling that Eugenio Kikara could be one to watch going forward. He won the Indian Open and followed it up with a tied fourth at the China Open and a tied 11th at the Hainan Open. This will only be his 12th career start, and despite a miscut the last time out, he, like most Spaniards, possesses a wondrous touch around the greens and has a wonderful temperament. He gains the sixth berth in my team, which, as I said already, sees 5 first timers in my 6 picks for this week. Obviously, Bairstow is going to be my captain on his last appearance for my team. Now across the pond to America. World number one Scotty Scheffler, having just won the PGA Championship for his third career major, headlines the 2025 Charles Schwab Challenge field this week. Scheffler has recorded three straight top three finishes in this event, but he's yet to get across the line. It's hosted by the Colonial Country Club in Fort Worth, Texas, and he is the clear favourite and virtually untouchable currently at 2 to 1, and that'll probably shorten by Thursday in the Charles Schwab Challenge odds. While every other golfer is priced at longer than 17 to 1 at Boyle Sports. Tommy Fleetwood comes in next at 18 to 1, followed by Jordan Spieth, Daniel Berger, and Hideki Matsuyama at 20 to 1, who are in the next tier of the 2025 Charles Schwab Challenge contenders. My picks for this weekend are obviously based upon the weekly PGA Facebook challenge that sees punters pick three selections. And this week, a bonus player whose surname begins with the letter G is added in. Yes, it's a little quirky, but it's all a bit of fun. So my three for the week are Scotty, Fleetwood, and Spieth. Oh, and that bonus pick is Ryan Jarrett, who coming in at 50 to 1 with Boyle Sports is a player who's shown promising form of late. I'll probably only actually bet on Spieth, Fleetwood, and Jared given the poor odds on offer for Scheffler. Well, that's it for this week for the DP World Tour Fantasy 6 and my PGA picks. Happy golf watching and hopefully also happy playing this weekend. No Friday league for me this week as I'm going to a show on Friday night in Belfast, but the usual Saturday football and a team match for the club on Sunday. And of course, it's a bank holiday weekend. Whoopee! Once again, don't forget the 19th Hole with Jerry is a reader supported publication to receive new posts and podcast updates. And to support my work, consider becoming either a free or paid subscriber. Hit the links in the descriptions. Thanks for listening and watching.